Hey, what's up? It's Tati, and I'm back with another review. This time, ROH TV. I want to start off with a little observation here. So, after the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view, someone asked Tony that if he'll be filming ROH weekly shows after filming Dynamite and Rampage. Then Tony said that he would not consider that because it would be asking the fans of too much to stay for a long period of time to watch 3 different shows. So I understood, that answer. However, this Wednesday, there was no Rampage after Dynamite, since that will be live on Friday along with Battle for the Belts. So that's on Friday. So now, I don't know if they filmed Dark before that, but they did do the taping for ROH that we watched today after Dynamite. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I felt like, although I'm not 100% sure if they did do a Dark taping, the audience kind of seemed like they weren't with it at that point, sticking around for another 2-hour show. I just felt like the lack of presence from the audience, especially in a bigger space than what we're normally seeing the episodes taped at. Universal is a small, intimate little, arena for them to perform in. So things seems to flow a little bit better to me. But if you're in a bigger arena where you have thousands of people and they're just not really engaging, for the most part, I feel like that doesn't look great. And that was the issue for me with this taping. I just felt like that kind of put a little bit of a damper on the show. I don't understand why people pay money to go to a show and they just sit there like they're at home. It doesn't really make sense to me. Either way, that's my biggest complaint for this episode. But let's get into the review. First match of the night, Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers versus the Workhorsemen and Shane Taylor. Thought it was a little strange that Shane Taylor would tag with the Workhorsemen because he actually does have members of the Shane Taylor Productions. I don't know if it has anything to do with contracts or them not being able to make any appearances, but it just worked out that way. Now, we do see JD Drake and Anthony Henry. They actually had some new ring gear, so I thought that was kind of cool. They're always jobbing over on Elevation or Dark, so it was nice to see them have, a new look or whatnot. However, that doesn't help them win any matches, unfortunately. This was a great way to start off the match. I really like how, I think maybe like 3 times out of the past 6 episodes, we've been seeing Mark Briscoe opening the show, and he always comes in with great energy, and he works really, really well with the Lucha Brothers. Shane and the Workhorsemen at times I felt like didn't have chemistry, but overall it was a really great match. We do have Mark Briscoe getting his team to win with a Jay Driller, and what I found interesting was that they had QT and Powerhouse Hobbs watching the match ringside. They're not intimidating anyone, but I kind of find it disappointing that they chose these two to go against the Lucha Brothers for the Battle of the Belts show. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, QT has a title. Why don't he just defend that on the show? I know they probably want to see how QT and Powerhouse Hobbs have chemistry, but I just feel like there's a lot of other tag teams they could have considered to go against the Lucha Brothers for this title, even though I know they're not going to change hands. Like, every time they do the show, it never changes hands, but I just felt like they could have used someone else. Either way, I really like how this match really got some energy for the show, but unfortunately that didn't last long. Next, we had the Peer Championship on the line, Shabbata versus Christopher Daniels. I really enjoyed this match. The show did start off with Christopher Daniels issuing a challenge to Shabbata, and 2 veterans in the ring. I really feel like you can really see that these 2 guys have experience. They only went at it for 10 minutes. and Christopher Daniels ended up using two of his 3 rope breaks. But no matter what Christopher Daniels did, Shabbata was just like a step ahead of him, and was able to shine more in this match. I'm really glad that AEW was able to grab him to be part of ROH. This will definitely bring some more eyes to not just ROH, but to the Pure Championship matches, because a lot of people, they don't care for the rules and they don't care for that part of the show, to be honest. They just feel like it's not what you typically see with pro wrestling. But I really feel like somebody like Shabbata, even Willa Yuta, these guys can really, really perfect that and bring in a lot of eyes to see those type of matches. Actually really, really enjoy this match. Obviously it was not better than what we got at Supercard of Honor with Willa Yuta, but definitely enjoy this, and I am so excited to see where Shabbata goes from here. You already know he takes the win. Next we have Brian Cage versus Ortiz. I'm just gonna put it like this: I didn't like this at all. I really felt like they didn't have chemistry, and it was sloppy at times, especially Ortiz trying to do a hurricanrana on a big ass dude like Brian. It just really didn't work out, and you just saw, like, I don't know, there just wasn't synergy between these two. Thank God it wasn't a squash match, but I kind of wish it was a little bit shorter, because it felt like if these two just don't seem to work that well. I don't know if they really ever worked together, if anything, but I didn't like this. Brian did take the win. I don't know why we even got Brian in singles action. He needs to be with his actual trios so that they can have some experience under their belt, so they can have better matches. I didn't like it. Next, we had Darius Martin versus Jay Lethal. Can you believe it? We're 6 weeks in, and Jay Lethal finally is on ROH TV. I can't even believe it myself. Now, this match, I really wanted to like it. And I'll tell you why I didn't like it. I'm pretty sure it's obvious. It's Darius. Darius, poor guy. Okay, you already know about what happened to Dante, having that horrible injury at the pay-per-view. So now we're definitely going to be seeing Darius in some singles action, at least, maybe, I want to say like up to 6 months at least. And for this match right here, once again, we really saw his inexperience, with being a singles competitor. Jay Lethal, I mean, he probably was born in the ring, okay? And with him going, I just feel like that was the wrong opponent for him. And at times, you really see the inexperience. He really had an issue with delivering a clothesline over the top rope. How do you have an issue with that? I felt like that was something that he should have easily been able to do. That really stood out to me, because he couldn't do it the first time. Then he tried to do it again, and you can tell Jay was the one who really lifted his body up so that he can help Darius do that. And it was just like, I don't know, that really stood out to me. I don't mean to be so critical, but I really feel like Jay is like a little too experienced for him. Yeah, we had Jay's friends, obviously ringside, Sanjay and Satnam, and we also did have the Kingdom still. They were on commentary during that time, and they're watching Darius, so I guess they still have a feud going on with just Darius at this point. But I really wanted to like this. I really love Jay in the ring, but I feel like Darius, he needs more time training or something. I don't know. Anyway, Jay takes the win. He looks really great here, and I want to see him on ROH more often. Next, we had Rusev and Jalisco versus the Infantry, and honestly, I felt like the not chemistry, but the energy was off with this one. These are two really, really great tag teams, and I think maybe because they have different styles, I don't know if that's the case, but to be honest, for pretty much the whole show, not every single match though, I just felt like something's up with the energy here. I do feel like what they did in the ring was great. However, at times things were a little bit slow, which is not what we normally see I guess maybe these two weren't just the best opponents for each other. I don't know. Well, either way, this match was okay. Nothing special. I don't know. Like, something was off with the energy with this show, and it definitely had to do with them having that show after Dynamite. Roosh and Julisico do take the win. I was a little confused because I thought they was going to focus on this particular team to be a trios with Preston, since it looks like they have eyes on the trios titles with the House of Black. I'll be honest with you, I kind of feel like really soon they need to really establish who's ROH and who's AEW. I don't think that in the long run it'll be great to have everybody just part of every show, because sometimes, yes, the storylines go from one show to another. I think that's okay, but if they're doing all promotions with AEW and ROH with all these wrestlers, it's gonna just seem a little bit all over the place. I hope they figure out what they're gonna do with that. So next we had Daniel Garcia versus Tracy Williams, and this was a really great match. I do recommend checking this one out if you didn't see it. I felt like they had great chemistry. They both were very technical in the ring, and it was fun. We did have some playful moments with Daniel Garcia. Both these guys look super great in the ring, and I was very entertained as far as a really great match go. I really enjoyed this. Not my favorite match of the night, but probably my second favorite. I'm not surprised to see Daniel take the win here. I feel like he's been on a roll. That's definitely a plus for the Jericho Appreciation Society, but I really feel like I think they're gearing him up to break away from them and doing things on his own. If that's the case, I like the way they're going with him. Anyway, they were really great opponents for each other. I liked it a lot. Next, we had Willow Nightingale versus Notorious Mimi. I want to start off by saying that I really love ROH commentator team. I feel like they have a lot of great energy. They work really well together, and with Nigel joining them, it's just even better. With that being said, throughout this match, they were saying nothing but lovely things about Mimi and how great of a wrestler she is and whatnot. And I was like kind of looking forward to see that, but because this was a squash match, we didn't see that. It was really short, and it was for Willow to look good in this. And I'm like, whoa, after seeing Willow versus Athena, about 2 weeks ago, we're going back to this? That's absolutely insane. I didn't like that. You're saying good things about Mimi. I want to see it. We didn't get a chance to see that. And then Willow coming off a really great match, I felt like that really brought her down a bit. Obviously, it's an issue with the booking. Willow takes the win. Next, we had Steve Somerset and Steven Azure versus the Righteous. I'm just going to say this. I wish they didn't do this. They dropped the ball on how the Righteous would, I don't want to say debut, but return to ROH. And I felt like we didn't get to truly see who they are with this match. This was a little bit more than a squash match. Their opponents just didn't seem like credible opponents for them. If you want people to see who, especially this team is, they would have needed to have another tag team in the ring with them. I just felt like the way they executed it was just not good. I was really disappointed, and I kind of wanted it to be over quickly, because as soon as it started, I was like, this is not going to be good. Definitely ROH, AEW, whoever it is that's back there, get it together. This was not a right way to go with showing off who the Righteous is. Didn't like this at all. Next, we had Takesha versus Tony Nese. This was probably my second favorite match of the night. I know I said it was another one, but this one was actually even better. I felt like they had great chemistry in the ring. And even though we had the typical interference with Ari and Josh and Mark, I felt like that did not take away from the quality of this match. Now, there was a point in the match where Josh Woods did interfere, and I think the referee saw it by accident and kind of just brushed it off like it was nothing. You know what I mean? That part just felt a little bit weird, but other than that, whatever we saw with Tony and Takesha, everything felt right. The chemistry was just absolutely beautiful. I love seeing Takesha do German suplexes. Like, it's just so arousing. Love it. Anyway, I honestly wouldn't have mind seeing any one of these two take the win. To be honest with you, I feel like these guys should be higher up in the card. Takesha, he's, you know, in a short amount of time, he's shown people how great he is in the ring. However, he's been having somewhat of a losing streak when it comes to like some of the bigger names on AEW or ROH. And then we have Tony Nese, who has probably lost more matches than won since he's been with AEW/ROH. But I feel like he deserves so much more. He really proves himself out in the ring. And I would love to see more opportunities for both of these guys. I really enjoyed this really entertaining match. However, Takesha takes the win. I ain't mad at it. Either one of these guys would have won and I would have been okay. They're really great. Main event time, Miyu Yamashita versus Athena for the ROH Women's title. This was an excellent match, my favorite match of the night. Matter of fact, one of my favorite matches since ROH has been back. I really truly enjoyed the chemistry with these girls. Miyu has so much confidence in everything she does in the ring, and I absolutely love that. She went into this match as if knowing she could win the gold, and I truly love that type of attitude, and it really showed in this match. Props to Athena for being a consistent great champion since she's won, well, I don't want to say since she's won the title, but definitely since ROH TV has come back. She has been super consistent with some of the best matches of the night, and I absolutely love what she's doing. I wish it was the same for AEW's women's division. That's not really happening over there. I enjoyed these girls. At times, we had both of them in control. They even had spots where they were on the stage. They took it there as well. So I really enjoyed this. This is something that I would have expected to see on a pay-per-view. I hope we get to see Miyu again. I'm not sure if we will, but I love the fact that Tony's taking advantage of using Japanese talent. That's definitely something that could help bring more eyes to ROH. And they do work really hard. So I really thoroughly enjoyed this match. Obviously, Athena does end up retaining. I really hope we see Miyu again. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I want to see Athena versus Jamie Hayter. I would love to see these two in the ring. No championships on the line, just two champions just going at it. I thought about it real quick about Jade, but Jade would not be able to hold herself up to Athena in the ring at all. She is amazing at what she does, but she's not a great wrestler. So definitely would love to see Athena versus Jamie. I think that would be super entertaining. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I do feel like this episode was lacking compared to the others, but either way, there are things to enjoy here. If you did not check out some of these matches, please do. Since it's already out, you can just skip through things. Guys, I will be back with my review for Rampage and Battle for the Belts. Bye.